You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network. No matter the time or the season, we're open and available 24/7. Shouldn't your dealership be too? Carumba.com, the convenient online used vehicle marketplace. Register your independent dealership now. You're listening to Sonny's Monday Motivation here on loudmouthradio.com. What's up, y'all? It's Sonny, and it's another Monday's Motivation. I hope you are ready for this because I'm ready. And I think that it's only important that we know that it's 2023, y'all. It's a new year, so it ain't no time to play. So, we're going to get right into this subject matter. And today I want to talk about commitment and what that looks like for us going into a new year. Hang tight, guys. It's a new episode. It's a new season. And it's Sonny's Monday Motivation. Next up, let's go. Okay, guys. I can't even begin to tell you. I'm looking up and I know it's January. I know it's 2023. But I got to start up and tell you, I cannot believe that this month marks 10 years for Loudmouth Radio Network. Can I tell you, it doesn't even seem like it's been 10 years of doing this. And I gotta tell you, I'm just at a space of like straight gratitude and bewilderment almost, because, you get accustomed to doing things and after a while they become routine. And sometimes you don't even really think about what you're doing. You just have gotten a habit of doing it. Right? And sometimes you miss the parts of what's happening in between and as each cycle is happening. But in reality is that you are achieving things. And sometimes you're so accustomed to doing things routinely, you don't think about the aspect of what it is that you're actually doing. So for me, as a producer, as a host, as a personality, just wrapped all the way around this whole aspect of this radio network being here, I'm very proud of this moment. And I got to tell you guys that it has taken straight up commitment to get to this point, and consistency, and, pushing through when I didn't feel like pushing through, broadcasting when I didn't want to broadcast, interviewing when I didn't want to interview, talking when I necessarily may not want to talk. And I know you don't believe me, but there are times I don't want to talk. This is not one of them, though. Oh, my God. But literally, guys, it takes commitment. I'm going to tell you, to get to 10 years, it takes commitment. It does. It takes encouragement. It takes, it takes repetitive commitment. That's the word, commitment, right? What have you had in your life that you have committed to? I'm curious. I want to know. And have you been able to look over the time period of, and I'm saying at least 5 years, something that has put you at least at a 5-year mark or greater, and to look back at it and say, wow, I got to this point. 5 years in, 10 years in, 12 years in, 15 years in, 20 years in. And at this point in time, it is important to recognize how significant that is, especially in something that you just know that you don't, quote unquote, necessarily have to do. The real reality is that majority of anything in our life, we're not required to do. We can choose to do it, but are we required to do it? Even with simple human basic necessities, there's some people that choose not to do it, and there are some that do. What's the difference? The level of commitment. What do you find to be of importance? And I got to tell you that, there's been times I've spoken on this radio network and maybe nobody's listened. There's been times that I've gone on air and nobody came in while we were on air live. There have been times that the archives may not have been repetitively played as I wish them to be. but that did not stop me from showing up and still continuing to push through. And I tell you guys, it's important to recognize, the achievements that you're making within yourself, and to give yourself, a pat on the back or a pep talk of, great job, because it's an achievement. And it's important to take note of things like that. And it's important to celebrate them. I think that we get caught up so easily. I know I can speak for myself and say I've gotten caught up so many times in doing things that you can forget and miss things. How many times people forget wedding anniversaries, birthdays,
something of another caused it to be forgotten, or not honored, or not recognized, or not taken note of. It happens because we are extremely busy in our lives. So I don't take it for granted that people are listening. People are telling me, Sonny, hey, I'm listening to your Monday motivation. I enjoy puzzles. I enjoy some of the things that you're telling me in reference to, checking with self and thinking about other people in this hindsight of movement in this world that's always busy. So guys, today I thought, it's the second week in a month already. 2023 done came in with a vengeance. It's coming in fast and furious. And I think that the most important thing, naturally people are doing their New Year resolutions and, going about their way about, hey, I'm gung ho. And it's all good in that first month, that first week, that first couple of days. But after that, how committed do you stay? Did you write down some of the things that you wanted to achieve? Did you make note of some of the goals that you wanted to have? Did you make note of some of the things you wanted to change? Even doing that is a commitment. That is a level of commitment that you're already taking the steps necessary to improve yourself. So I feel like it is so important to, yes, celebrate those moments, because you are doing things necessary and committed to doing something that has an end result that may benefit you. It may benefit someone else. It may benefit a whole group. It may benefit the world. It may benefit a client. It may benefit a family member, whatever. Sometimes you just got to do things for yourself to make you feel good. It may mean for nobody else, but for you. And that's okay too. I believe that it's so important that we celebrate moments of real integrity, things that you have, really sought through, even when you didn't see how it was going to come out. And today I think that, it's the first of the week. You've made a commitment to go to the job. You made a commitment to show up and be a part of the workload. So that in itself, equally just as important. Because once again, remember, you can or you can't. You can decide to do something and you can decide not to. I recognize that when people do things for me or think about me, and, I'm one of those people that is the worst. When you ask me about Christmas and you say, well, what you want for Christmas? I'm not that person to ask that. I'd rather you know me enough, pay attention to me enough, and make the discovery of what you think that I would like to have, because I am not that one good about telling people what to get me. I don't know if anybody else is like that. That's just me. Then too, but I love gifting. I'm a great giver, especially when I'm in position. I'm a great gift giver because I do pay attention to things. I see things that somebody may like, what they use, what they occupy with, something that may be of interest. And this is really making a commitment to take the time to pay attention to them, right? So guys, when I tell you commitment stretches across so many things, it's so vast, it's so wide, but it's such a very important thing that sometimes we don't even think about how important it is. Somebody make a commitment to you in a friendship, or a commitment to you in a relationship, or a commitment to you at your work. How many times have you made decisions about certain things because somebody said that they were going to do something? Right? Very common. So when you have those kind of situations and things going on, recognize it as a gift, especially if it's coming from someone else, because they don't have to. I promise you. They don't have to. So I say that to say this. For me, just as simple as this, I made a commitment to the radio network. I made a commitment that
the Sonny's Monday Motivation is going to exist, and it's going to be continual. Every week is going to start off the week with some personal development, some self-help, some motivation, some inspiration, some encouragement, because it is Monday and people are really battling sometimes to get up and get their day started on a Monday. So I know that it's not uncommon that people look for things that can maybe make their make their days lighter and make their aspect of their approach and what they got to take on better. So I don't take it light if anybody should hear this broadcast and say, hey, this has helped me through my day. This helped me through my week. It gave me a perspective to start the day. I pray to God it does, but I'm committed to it, and I'm not going to, make it a bigger deal than this, just to find ways to look for things that are important to you and make them be a priority to you. And let the first commitment be for yourself. And then anything else beyond that becomes another gift.
US, creating 1.5 million jobs annually. Small business accounts for 64% of new job creation in the U.S. There's strength in numbers. No matter what we face, know that there's strength in us. Because of you, we're able, we're capable, we're resilient, and we are available because we are small business. And together, we're the economy.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.